Shalom Yashrala Shalom. Kalalayim. Allahayanawa Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach one of Rubo who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Akwith listening and learning, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp here in Toronto with another lesson. And through the spirit and power of Yahawah the title will come. But we'll get right into it. We'll watch this article on Fox News, and then we'll attach some scripture, Lord willing.
Nearly 9 million people are set to lose federal unemployment benefits today as COVID safety net programs expire. This, as the latest job report reveals, the U.S. added just 235,000 jobs last month, and more than 42,000 food service industry jobs were lost. Our next guest knows the struggle firsthand. Back in May, Jason Kramer, the owner of Doo-Wop Drive-In, told us Biden's plan to fix the economy and pay people to stay home was backfiring. Watch.
It's kind of simple. You give too many people too much money, free money to sit around and do nothing, and it's backfiring. I can't even see a good third of my restaurant because I don't have enough employees. I would love to hire new people. There's nobody coming in the doors.
That man, Jason Kramer, joins us now with an update. Jason, so you were very vocal the last time we had you on the show. The question is, has anything changed?
No, actually, it got worse, and thanks for having me back. We struggled all summer long, and I feel bad for every restaurant owner, bar owner. It's just bad. You try to hold your emotions in and say, well, what's the problem? We all knew what the problem was. I've got friends that are closing restaurants up this week, 8-9 weeks ahead of schedule for our season, because it is a seasonal town, and don't get me wrong, we would love to stay open year-round. But when you have to close because you can't physically do 8 positions yourself or 9 positions or more, where do you cut your losses at? I'm sorry, Lawrence, go ahead.
No, brother. I hear the emotion. You put everything that you have in this business. You open during the middle of the pandemic, and you lay it all out there, and you can't even get a return on your investment because the government is blocking you.
You know, and that's the issue. It wasn't. No, don't get me wrong. Here's the thing that people get mistaken because of what we stand for. We're okay for giving people assistance that need it. This was way too much money for way too long. Now that our season's ending for the entire coast of New Jersey, we think people are just going to line up outside your door. I'm ready to work now. Hire me. No, I don't think so. That's not how it's going to work. The issue is the money that was given out was for help, not to stay home and do nothing. I couldn't even get people to walk in the door to even explain to them, listen, I'm willing to compromise and give you a living wage, give you a working wage, not just minimum wage, but I wasn't even given the opportunity to help people get jobs. Now, what about the people that busted their butts all year long for every restaurant owner and every position that was available? They burnt the candle at both ends. My kids were so tired of working before they went back to school and took off for the season that they were exhausted. What about those people that actually stuck by everybody to get the restaurants to work? Now that you have so many places closing up, what liberal in this and especially in this state did the math on sales tax and employment tax that the state missed out on because nothing was being served or you couldn't get food out? It actually was just mind-boggling of why this couldn't get accomplished. And then you talk about the inflation rate. Sure. I've got products that are tenfold the price that used to be last year and the year before. How is that possible to increase products so far that we can't even touch it right now? I can't even get into minor things because they cost too much money. It's a trickle effect, and it's just dialed down to us so bad that I have only sat maybe 50% of the restaurant all year long. It wasn't about, it is strictly about capitalism. I took the risk. I put my life on the line. I put everything, I worked hard, but I was willing to even share my wealth, the minimum that we were making with the employees, but I couldn't get people even in the door. How is that even possible? You have all these statistics saying, well, all these millions of people want jobs. Where are they at? Where were they? And it's not just me. I took my kids out to dinner last night right before school, so we got a nice dinner celebration. There were so many notes all around the hostess stand. Pardon our appearance or short staff. We can't sit there right now.
Jason,
sit back.
You are the voice of every single business owner, every landlord. You are speaking for the people of America.
Lord, I'm channeling them through me.
Yeah.
It is so bad that it is just absolutely, this administration is not middle class friendly and will never be. Where's the road to socialism? No middle class. That's the issue.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, let's touch on scripture. You know, he's mad. Middle class. The middle class is angry, right? They're pissed off, right? And they want answers. They don't know what's going on, right? They can't wrap their head around it, right? But scripture says Babylon is broken and she won't be healed, right? Let's get a scripture. All right, the middle class is raging mad. You know what I mean? Their livelihoods are shot, right? And it's gonna wax worse and worse. This is just the beginning. You know what I mean? Jeremiah 51. Is it 51? Yeah. Jeremiah 51, verse 7, and it reads, Babylon, America, hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, right? A golden cup in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi's hand, right? She's lived deliciously. She been getting it. She been getting the bag, right? That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, right? The wine being her philosophy, her democracy, right? Right, her ways. That being the wine. She's drunken these other nations with her philosophies, man. Right? The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? And they're pissed off. The nations are mad at the Western way of doing things. The nations are mad with the Western, you know, Babylon the Great, America the Great's wine. They're abominations. The nations are mad, right? Here's the point. Verse 8. Babylon, America, is suddenly fallen and destroyed, right? She's been breaking down. The Most High is breaking America piece by piece. Howl for her, right? Mourn, cry, lament, right? Take balm for her pain. Balm, medicine, healing ointment, right? And what's the medicine? What's these healing ointments that America, these stimulus checks, these moratoriums, right? But it's not working. If so be, she may be healed, right? It's not working, man. If it was to work, she'd be healed, but it's not. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country for her judgment. And the reason why the Most High is doing this is this: for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, right? The amount of iniquity that America the Great, Babylon the Great has partake and done, it's reaching to the skies. And that's why she's being judged, man. Right? And this is, it's a slow drip. She being brought low. Let's close out. Ecclesiastes 12. Verse 3, and it reads, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? These financial forecasters, right? The stock market, right? They're trembling. The keepers of the house, the gatekeepers of the stock market, they're trembling, man, right? And it's falsely propped up. It's being falsely propped up. And the strong men shall bow themselves, right? Those that been getting it, those that been getting the bag, they're being brought low, man. The middle class been getting the bag. Right, we just watched an article. He's pissed. He's hurting. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. The grinders being the workers, right? And why are they ceasing? Why are they not working? Because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right. So there's no work. There's no workers. This guy can't get foot traffic into his restaurant. He can't hire anybody. There's no workers, right? Right? Nobody wants to work. This stimulus, right? This bomb for Babylon's pain, America's pain. people have become lazy. Americans, Babylonians have become lazy, man. And it's going to get worse. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? It's going to get worse. The future is not bright. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? Everything's closing up. When the sound of the grinding is low, right? No jobs. When the sound of the working, right? There's no jobs. There's no workers. And the jobs that are available, they can't get anybody in. They can't get employees. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right? Those that are looking for work. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? Entertainment is garbage now, man. Right? Right? And the entertainers, the musicians, the artists, they're hurting as well. Right? But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that quick edification. You know what I mean? Babylon's being brought low, man. Stay prayed up. Prayed out ceasing. Kwame Yasharala. Wa abad babal.